All right.
I don't need humor. I've got cake. Sorry, go ahead.
That's right.
You eating birthday cake already?
Yeah, yes. Cake and beer.
Cake and
Go
beer.
ham. It's your birthday.
He needs his fill of yeast, I guess, for the day. All right. It's December 14th, 2014, and this is Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard. Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty.
I can hear you groaning
Oh, yeah.
inwardly every time Sin's mentioned. You're just cringing.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to episode 454 of Mods on Air, bringing you the weekend gaming news. We happen to be modders, developers, and gamers, and we want to talk about the weekend gaming news with you. So, you're welcome to join us. We have a chat window going on. Well, for me it's over there. For you it's over there. And we're going to be, as I said, we're going to be talking about games. And as a result, there may be some adult topics that can offend young children or
The elderly.
people that really shouldn't be here anyways. So get the hell out.
Squirrels.
Squirrels. I don't know.
You don't like it? Go fuck yourself.
Thank you. That's exactly.
Ham is full of cake
Beer.
balls.
Cake and beer.
Yes, he is, isn't he? Okay, so as I said, we have some gaming topics to talk about. And the first one I'm going to throw up here is Team Fortress 2 has a short film that everyone apparently is very proud of.
Even the guys that didn't work on it, just the ones that watched it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Team Fortress. So it's
Twitch has signed me out of chat. I cannot post into chat.
Okay.
Why aren't you a fan of Team Fortress?
It sucks.
I think it's okay. I mean, I haven't played it in quite some time.
It's extremely repetitive. It doesn't bring anything new to the table except hats.
Every day there's another hat.
I think it's fine.
I think it was a great idea when it came out.
Yeah, when it came out, it's
over.
definitely a breath of fresh air. At this point, yeah, it's sort of in need of something to help make it another breath of fresh air. Not sure what that could be, but
Hats.
it's the hats. I don't know what to think. I enjoy it when I occasionally play it. I'll pick it up and play it for a week and then put it back down, and I'm okay with it. So this short film is 15 minutes long. I'm not sure how long it took the guy to make it, but Valve seemed so impressed with it that they decided to tie in a community update based around this short film. It's also 15 minutes long.
Valve taking your ideas and making them ours.
There is no talking. There's no dialogue
No, wow.
for all 15 minutes. So I got through, I don't know, I probably got to minute 10, got distracted, had to go do something, never watched the final 5 minutes.
Looks like they did a pretty good job. Good for them.
Yeah, it's slick. I wouldn't say it's slick as Valve's work, but it's darn close to it, and it sure beats a lot of what other people put out using the source filmmaker.
Yeah. I skipped to the end, so I'm just going to ruin it for everyone.
Here's how it ends.
It is 14 minutes long.
14, okay.
All right, I'm stopping it there.
So, well done. I don't know the name of the guy who worked on it, who did it, but sure enough, he's going to make a boatload off of his kickback from all the different sales tied to this community update.
Vinny. No. McVinney worked on... Yeah, is it McVinney?
That sounds familiar. This probably is it.
James McVinney. And the short's called End of the Line.
You can find it on YouTube. And so I'm sure he stands to gain. Because there's going to be a ton of people buying whatever community items get released with us.
Okay, well, along the same line of games is Fortnite, which is Epic Games' idea of what their cartoony type multiplayer game should be looking like. And they want you to know that they're still working on it. Don't forget us.
We still exist.
Though no one's really sure why.
Yeah.
I'm Pete Ellis. I'm the art director for Fortnite. What I do is look over all the art, make sure it's all sort of cohesive,
Properly stolen
to
from
what
other
we think
games.
really makes sense as a complete visual package, making the game look great. When we started developing Fortnite, we thought we wanted a really, really terrifying, over-the-top scary
TF2.
experience. And during that time, we sort of learned the gameplay was shifting towards a more lighthearted, fun, unrealistic childhood fantasy exploration
TF2.
thing. And we felt it was a good idea to change up the art style. Well, the husks were one of the very first things we designed back when the game had its really
stole
scary
from?
art style. We wanted something more unique.
Come on, you guys know.
So our concept art
husk?
Schaefer.
That's from
Killing Floor.
The skull out of the face, like through his own mouth. So this was super freaky looking when it was in a more realistic style. And then when we converted it to the cartoony style, we really softened it up, but we left some of those almost gory details in there, but they still played really well because it felt really unique having the sort of skin hoodie flapping around on the back. It's pretty hilarious. So we decided to keep it. People come in all different shapes and sizes, so we thought, why not do that with the husk as well? And all of these decisions came from...
Why is he carrying a battery around if it's not even hooked up to anything?
What did the game need to be fun? What different types of enemies
'Cause it looks so
and
cool.
functions do we need to fulfill with the husk part? We knew we wanted a guy who'd do a ranged attack, but we didn't want to have somebody shooting guns. So we thought, well, what about a guy who throws stuff at you? What could that be? And eventually we came to the conclusion, well, he could be like a baseball player. Instead of baseball, he throws bones. And then we've got another guy who's meant to be a bit more slow moving because he's explosive, and we wanted something to do that big
Where'd that come from?
damage burst. So we've got a big fat husk who sort of lumbers around carrying his big propane tank. Part of Fortnite's tone is that, you know, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. So zombies can be funny too.
Unfortunately,
We gotta
other
take
lawyers
advantage
will.
of the opportunities for humor when they come up.
I mean, it's the looks of it is Minecraft cost too.
These developers, they've just totally lost all sense of creativity.
They saw how successful Minecraft was, saw how successful Team Fortress 2 was, and they thought to themselves, let's take both those things, put them together, and and make it free, and we're guaranteed to have a hit.
Well, you can head over to the Epic site and sign up for the beta. Maybe you'll get in on that and get to play it, and all your friends will surely be jealous.
Surely.
I guarantee that after this is released, shortly after it's released, it's going to go multi-platform. And the reason that's important is because Epic Games, before they revealed this, they said their next game is going to be a PC exclusive for the PC players because they understood that the PC community felt abandoned by Epic because of their whole Gears of War, I don't know, just that deal with Microsoft.
Is this their PC exclusive?
This is their PC exclusive. This was that game.
Great.
So, guaranteed, it's going to be multi-platform, and then they're going to say, oh, you know, they're going to make up some sort of PR excuse to kind of brush it off. Bound to happen. And because,
unlike some of other games that we'll be talking about today.
Yeah, guaranteed that that'll happen, and it's just how it is. That's who Epic Games is now, because this is what PC players wanted.
Maybe when they first conceived of it, because TF2 was popular years ago.
Yeah.
No forward thinking. No thinking for yourself. See, on the other side of things, instead of trying to make something for the PC, you got Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's I know I skipped one there, but since it's relevant here, Rise of the Tomb Raider is being published by Microsoft, and Microsoft promises it'll be an Xbox exclusive.
That's fantastic, Microsoft.
I'm going to go out and buy an Xbox One right now because I want to play that game exclusively.
Because you want to play games, and all you have is a PC.
And this on the heels of Microsoft's announcement that they are going to address PC gaming concerns in a statement that will be released coinciding with their Windows 10 statement on the 21st of January.
Yep, I missed that release, that press release that says they're going to address why they're abandoning the PC.
It's time for us to talk about gaming on Windows, says Microsoft. Phil Spencer. And we'll do just that on January 21st.
What?
Here, I'll give you the link.
Yeah. It's going to be some sort of lock-in system they try to throw on people.
But Microsoft is the one that puts out Windows, and they want people to buy Windows, right? Unless all they want them to do is buy it so that they can play Plants vs. Zombies or Bejeweled.
Well, that's when Windows 8 came out. That's pretty much what they tried to do. They tried to make gaming on Windows some sort of casual gaming platform that was similar to mobile stuff only.
Yeah.
And that was their focus.
We become who we're meant to be.
That's the only thing they really showed off. And so, the reason being is because it's not in Microsoft's interest when it comes to the Xbox One, or just the Xbox franchise, to have gaming on PC be something that compares.
No, it doesn't make sense for them to have a place for gamers to go to play their games on all of their platforms. That doesn't make sense.
They're short-sighted. I think they have this weird fear that if people play games on PC, they won't be buying Xboxes. And I think it's totally unfounded, because the people that play games on Xbox are going to continue to play games on Xbox. Nobody's going to say, I enjoy playing this game, all my games on Xbox. Now I want to go build a PC because I can play those same games on PC.
Does it not make sense for them to make like a single operating system that covers the Xbox and the PC so that they can release one game and it works on both?
No.
That's what Windows 8 was.
That's what Windows 8 is, and that's fucking a horrible idea.
Okay.
You can't. You've got to specify kind of your target audience. You can't be everything to everyone, because you end up being nothing to no one.
Or at the very least, say, all right, here's our two target audiences. Here's the two things we're going to concentrate on, and one of them is your PC operating system. The other one is your gaming platform system,
which is what they're doing.
Well, no, they're not doing that. That's the problem. They've completely alienated the PC operating system by trying to make it a gaming gimmicky. You can run your little apps off of Windows 8.
You're calling it gaming, and I'm saying it's not gaming type platform. It is a mobile type platform that happens to have games.
Windows?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes, Windows 8.
Yeah.
And Windows 8 is completely a mobile platform.
Yes.
Where they've straight up said, Windows 7 is the last truly desktop platform that they're going to publish.
Mm-hmm. And then I have to move over to Fedora or something like that.
Yeah, because there's a mobile platform, a tablet platform does not work for businesses. It does not work for gamers. It does not work for average PC user. If I wanted to fucking do my work off of a tablet, iPad, I would. But you know what? I can't. And there's a reason that I can't. It's because that platform doesn't work for most businesses.
The weird thing that I don't necessarily get is that Microsoft, they say they're transitioning into a devices and services company, more specifically a mobile and cloud services company, which is fine. If that's where the money is, you need the money. That's fine. But why are you taking what already exists and sort of tearing that apart in order to serve this other interest? Why not just develop in parallel something else that exists to serve those needs versus just taking what we already have and screwing with it to the point where nobody wants to support you anymore? Mm-hmm. It seems so backwards. I mean, they've got the money to do it. I don't know. It's my thought. Anyway, Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Microsoft exclusive.
Well, I don't know if you saw what I wrote in the window there. I mean, we know that previously Microsoft planned to announce something in January on how they were going to stop mainstream support for Windows 7. In other words, Windows 7 is no longer going to be supported in January, and that's probably coincides with the January 21st press release that you're mentioning.
Yeah.
Which is essentially that's the reveal date for Windows 10, and apparently that in itself is getting a lot of attention because the press conference is scheduled to be a 9-hour thing.
What? That's ridiculous.
Oh, no. No.
That can only help, right?
Yeah.
Well, that way everybody just ends up leaving and not paying attention anymore, and then they can tell everybody the bad news.
Right.
Is everyone gone yet? At hour 8. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Windows 7 is gone. You guys are screwed. Goodbye. Okay.
What will happen is, and this is something that I'm surprised hasn't happened more with XP. You will have some group will come out and say, all right, Microsoft's not supporting it. We are. And they will reverse engineer it and just say, all right, here is service packs and updates, unofficial.
That has
however, sorry?
That has been done, I think, with some older versions. Right?
Some of the older ones, but I mean, XP was the most
loved or prevalent.
Loved. It was the most widely used. It was actually Microsoft's best product in a long time. And Microsoft decided that their revenue stream was not increasing, so they had to discontinue service for it.
Mm-hmm. And put out something that would break more often so that they can continue the revenue stream and keep people upgrading.
Correct.
They have said that the revenue model for Windows needs to change. And this was something I read earlier this week. One of the guys that works there says it needs to change.
Said that. They didn't say how.
Yeah, they didn't say how.
But they're hinting towards the idea that they're going to do subscription models.
Yeah,
Yep.
rental. You rent your OS.
Yeah.
Rent it and pay for add-ons.
But that way you always get all the latest DLC.
Only if you buy the season pass.
Exactly.
No, I'm not a fan of, and I've never been a fan of a subscription model for anything, and that includes gaming. That includes, for example, Adobe Acrobat. I've purchased a version of it that allows me to use my Acrobat. They want me to upgrade because mine gives me free updates. But Adobe is constantly sending me shit. Oh, you need to upgrade to the latest version, which is coincidentally a subscription model, so you have to pay for it, then rent it monthly from us. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's pretty awful.
My AutoCAD is the same thing. You buy the AutoCAD for $2,800, and then they want a monthly fee. But it guarantees you're getting your updates monthly. You don't release a monthly update.
What else Adobe does with that subscription model is they'll allow you to subscribe to a product, say Acrobat or Photoshop or something like that, and you're only allowed to install it on 2 computers. You're subscribing, but you can only install it on 2.
Oh, that's great. This is how they help you. They're doing it for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris is getting all kinds of news because they need it. Otherwise, it won't sell. This is the one that's more of a top-down type of view, and they have 4 characters that can be played within this game. It's actually getting pretty good reviews, and they're also talking about how diverse the characters are. How you won't get to play a white guy because there is none.
No white guys.
Nope.
I'm not even playing it now. Forget that.
The biggest complaint.
I was like, if I'm not playing as a white guy, I ain't playing.
Yeah. Why would I do that? It's pretty depressing.
That's like reverse racism or something.
complaint over here from Kotaku is that the game occasionally felt like it was straining to perform when playing co-op.
Really, it's not that much of a looker.
Here's the first 10 minutes.
Oh, no. Tell me we're not going to watch 10 minutes of top-down.
I have things to do, you know? Okay, no, not really.
The first game was fun.
The first top-down one?
Yeah, it was actually fun. Me and Kara played through all of it. It was a lot of fun, and she's not one to play games very much, and she and I played through all of it over maybe the course of a week or two, and she absolutely loved it. And she's like, "Oh, they're making a sequel? Oh my god, go get it!" So I've yet to, but she was happy to hear that there was a sequel, and she couldn't wait to play it. I know the Kotaku review said that as a single-player game, it's kind of ho-hum, but as you add more players, it becomes much better.
Why does
that the
two
words they
pistols
used?
sound like a Gatling gun?
They used the words ho-hum?
No, they said middle of the road or something like that. I'm saying ho-hum and humbug.
Okay. I just wanted to, confirm that we weren't misquoting anybody.
Those brilliant writers.
I did see, though, that Gauntlet got an update.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, we got a new mission in Gauntlet.
Oh. Update and a sale, right? Because I'll get it.
Which, I might add, we didn't have to pay for either. There was no subscription model to...
A DLC update?
Yeah.
I don't know I should play that either. They're not forcing me to spend my money.
There's a white guy, Ham.
Well, now
He's in now.
now I'm on the fence.
I got these decisions to make now.
It's got a lot more interesting.
We have some news coming out of Dying Light. Now, Dying Light's being put together. I think they're the Techland company, right? That also did Dead Island.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they have some opening cinematic. They're trying to let people know that.
This is all getting in line for their Kickstarter campaign. Why else does anybody release an opening cinematic?
Yeah, right.
They're going to kickstart the DLC.
The eyes of the world have been glued to the city of Haran for the
Oh, that's right. So this is a game that really is just Dead Island, but with a different title.
Yeah.
Yeah, they added some parkour elements. They changed it around just so that zombies are a bit more deadly at night. I guess that's the big thing. It's got a time of day system.
What? So they're more deadly at night? That's their time of day. That's day.
Daisy? Night Z?
So instead of making it fancy with the sun rising and setting and special elements and other things going on, no, they make it so okay, it's nighttime. They're more deadly. Look out.
Yeah. So the premise from all the previous videos that I've gotten is that you're going around the city doing certain stuff. I'm not sure why you aren't leaving, but you're going around the city doing certain stuff. You can do your parkour stuff, and which is different from just Dead Island, and you take care of missions. And while the zombies are deadly, you can still kind of manage to get through them if you're smart about it. However, once the sun goes down, the zombies just become completely active, very fast, very deadly, and at that point you aren't worrying about killing them because chances are you're going to die, so it's really about trying to get away.
Are they werewolf zombies or something? Because the moon makes them stronger?
They're like disco zombies, I guess, because they once the moonlight hits, they get all active. I think they have a very big missed opportunity by not tying this to the Dead Island world, that universe, and trying to make it its own thing, because we all know it's Dead Island. But that's what they chose to do, and so once again we've got Dead Island 1, Dead Island Riptide, Dead Island 2,
Dead Island Dying Light.
No.
Yeah, Dead Island Dying Light.
Dying Light, and then in brackets, no relation to Dead Island.
Not Dead Island.
Not Dead Island. Dying Light.
And the upcoming Hellraid game. And Hellraid was built in response to the first Dead Island game. They said, "Oh, we've got a great melee system. We should make a game built off of this only." And that's what Hellraid is. So you've got now 4 or 5 games that all have spawned from the same sort of combat system, and they kind of changed the titles around. It's just, I don't know.
First-person co-op slasher.
They're gonna milk this until it just crashes and burns.
Zombie milk. Zombie teats off of zombie cows.
All right.
When
You needed a visual, apparently.
I don't know if it's out later this year or if it's early next year.
This game, Dying Light, I don't know.
Yeah.
It should. Oh no, that's for Techland.
No, they have to launch their 3rd Kickstarter campaign. At that point, then we'll know that it's getting close to being released.
Yeah.
Does
Now,
it say in this video? Maybe it says.
for the record, I think just so people know, I think we all enjoyed Dead Island for the first
Hour.
Yeah, for the first hour.
January
so
27th.
It's great. All right, so next month. It'll
It
be
was
out.
good. It just never got better.
Yeah.
It was like, this is all awesome, but yeah, there was no growth to it. It's like, here's all the awesome, and now you got to do that for the next 8 hours.
Yeah, the first hour of the game is exactly like every hour of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended up making it not enjoyable because you felt
Here's a
like,
gun, but you can't use it.
yeah,
Here's a bullet for your gun. Use it once. Oh, that stick you found to beat on zombies, it broke. Better find another stick.
they could have done more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I have all the answers, but it's just so clear they could have done more. But that's
Speaking of doing more,
how it is.
Yeah, speaking of, actually, ironically, speaking of the second Kickstarter,
Stalker Apocalypse, who was once known as Sullied Areal, the Kickstarter, who was once known as Stalker, Please Buy Me,
Stalker
Yeah.
is now underway. Yes, so now you can get a. So, there was a Kickstarter way back.
Yeah, well,
probably
the
earlier
thing
this year.
the thing was there was that this team was promoting Stalker or whatever the fuck it was,
Yeah.
and they essentially got a cease and desist because while they owned the models or some such, they didn't own the naming conventions, so they became Sullied Areal.
Right.
And they launched a Kickstarter as the spiritual successor of Stalker or some bullshit like that, and it was successfully funded for $50,000 or something.
Right. They suggested
Something.
they could make this AAA game for $50,000. And I was like,
Yeah.
huh?
And essentially, they took that money and went on a nice vacation and come back and said, you know what?
They were suspended. They never got the final funds on that.
I thought they got funded.
The project was suspended by Kickstarter near the end.
Okay.
I thought they chose to suspend it themselves because there was so much negative talk about it, and because people were saying something like, "How are they going to make a game with $50,000? It's just they're going to take your money."
Mm-hmm.
And
So now they're coming back and saying, all right, let's go for $600,000.
Right. Because $50,000 made you guys skeptical, so we need more.
And they're calling it Stalker Apocalypse. However, it's not. Stalker is not acronymed. It's not like S.T.A.L.
No.
It's Stalker
by
all
itself.
small little letters. It's
Yeah.
a word. So I don't know what game they're playing there.
Quote, "We have registered a trademark for Stalker Apocalypse and have every right to use it as our title because Stalker by itself is a common word and anyone can use it."
my goodness, I'm going to start making my games then with with dots in between everything. I'm gonna make Diablo 3 with the dot in between every letter.
And don't use the number 3. You have to spell it out.
Right. And it's gonna be a game just like Diablo 2, and say I'm fine. I can use that. I have a right to use an acronym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This is why I don't agree with Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why I don't know. I don't see this game going anywhere. And if it does, because people have given away their money, then realistically, shame on you people. Every one of you should lay down in a row so that a giant bus can run you all over because you're fucking too stupid to live.
You know, another interesting sneaky point that they're doing is they're not coming back to Kickstarter. They're using a different public funding method called Worldwide Funder.
Man, they're trying to cash in.
Yeah.
Big time. And they're trying to cash in, and part of me thinks they really aren't trying to make a game. They're just trying to cash in.
How are they doing so far? They have $7,006 pledged.
All right.
And 90 days to go.
To $600,000 goal. Good luck.
And if you follow the link and go to their page on Worldwide Funder, I guess wfunder.com, and you look at the logo for Stalker Apocalypse, it's on a metal sheet, a piece of sheet metal. Mm-hmm. The word, and they're like little rivets or screws in between each letter, so it still has the dots.
You're right. I'm showing it on the screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Those aren't periods. Those are screws.
Yeah. Come on.
That's great.
All
right.
It's just ridiculous.
Yep, they're not fooling anyone. Mm-hmm. It's going to support Oculus Rift, so now you have to have it.
Now I have to. I wouldn't be so cynical as if they just showed me some great gameplay and said this is what we've been working on. We aren't trying to take your money. We just need a little bit more to complete it. But so far, I'm getting bits and pieces and reused Stalker footage and.
No, they're stealing. They're pulling one over. They're trying to steal it from you.
Yeah. I would be happy to be wrong about this. I guess we'll see. Mm-mm. I doubt that I will, though.
Shady Russians.
Yeah. Those Russians.
But if you haven't gotten enough of Stalker, or wish you could get some more, the same game that you've already played, you can head over to GOG Games, GOG.com, and they have a bunch of they have what they call the 2014 DRM free Big Winter Sale Bundle Finale.
Cool.
In there happens to be Stalker Zone, where you can get Stalkers 1 through 3 for $12.
Yeah, a lot of good bundles. It is on GOG though, so
I've never purchased from GOG. I just don't like spreading myself out like that. But
every now I've bought I think maybe 1 or 2 things from GOG, but every now and then they've got a free game. So I've got an account, and most of the games in my account are the ones they occasionally gave away for free. So not bad. I think I got like the old school Magic Carpet 1 and 2, or maybe just 1. I don't know. Played that for a little bit. I was like, I remember this. All right, well now I'm done.
And there's something else that, along with that, this thing is the GOG Games is coming along and talking about how they are DRM free. So everything that they're selling is supposed to not have any kind of digital rights management. That the reason why people hate the digital rights management is usually it interferes with the game or their computer in some way. It's extra stuff that has to run. Mm-hmm. Not because trying to protect a game is bad, but because the way that they have to protect it causes interference for some people.
And this is the longest standing argument ever. Mm-hmm. Well, outside of prostitution, I guess. And that is that DRM doesn't punish the people that they're trying to punish. It punishes the people that have bought the game, and it's making it difficult for them to play it. Mm-hmm. DRM is supposed to punish the people that steal the game. Mm-hmm. And it
Yeah.
never happens because the first thing they do typically is remove the DRM.
Yep.
Well, there is no real solution to prevent piracy.
Oh, there is.
There is.
I tell you what.
Don't make a
If
game.
you-
Is that it?
If you no, make a game, charge a realistic price for your product instead of trying to profiteer off of crap. People will pay for it. If you continue to as a
No.
complete gaming,
That's not it.
No, it's not insane. If you make a game, back in the day, a game would come out. It was $20 or whatever. It came on like 54 3.5 inch or 3.25 inch floppies. You had to sit there for 3 weeks to install it. You know what? You played that game. You bought it. You didn't steal it. You didn't share it with anybody, but you told all your friends about it, and all your friends went out and they bought those same 54 discs and played the same game.
I put a game
When
on
you start-
Steam for just over $6, and the next day it was in the piracy bins. You're telling me that it's because it's too expensive?
Sorry, I missed your statement.
I put a game on Steam for just over $6. The next day it was in the piracy bin.
Okay, so 2 things you got to look at there. What's the reason it's on piracy? It's in piracy because
It can be.
people can do it. And that's the whole thing with it now. It's because the corporations that were publishing the games got greedy, and they have turned society to this. Like it always moves in a pendulum. And right now, if it gets released, it will be pirated. End
I
of
didn't
story.
put any DRM in it because I don't
Again.
like it.
Again, if it's released, it will be pirated. Not saying that people are going to go and steal it. Not saying that everything that's released is worth pirating. But someone released it, someone's going to pirate it and put it up there and say, all right, here you go. Here's how it is, pirated for free. It's because I believe consumers have been shit upon for so long that they're tired of spending $70 for a game that gives them less than half hour of enjoyment and then putting it aside, or spending $70 on a game that doesn't work. So they will go and they will grab this pirated game. I'm not justifying this, but I'm saying this is probably what's happening. They'll grab that pirated game, they'll play it, and they'll be like, you know what? This actually is pretty fucking good. Now I'll buy it.
Some people will. Who won't?
The problem is threefold. The industry is releasing crap that's not worth it,
Okay.
and charging too much for it. People have been burned too often by that industry, so there's consumer doubt. And number 3, society's morals have slipped to a point where there is no punishment for a bad kid anymore. And that's
true. I do believe that when you release a software product, it's just you need to accept that a certain percentage of people are going to pirate it. There's no way around that. So don't focus on that. You try your best to focus on people who potentially would pay for it or just won't play it at all. And you make something at a reasonable price. You try to make it as accessible as possible on as many different platforms and storefronts as possible. And I think you'll enjoy a moderate success, even if it's not a great game. If it's a great game, then even more success. But for me, it's about accessibility, and it's about a reasonable price. For some things, I guess maybe you don't need to make the price reasonable, but put it on sale more often than it's not on sale, and eventually you'll end up with people buying it because they think they're getting a great deal. When it's like, well, this is kind of the sale price is what I really want to charge for it anyway. It's got to be. I think Strider's right. People have gotten burned so much that they're willing to spend the extra effort. And nowadays it's not too much extra effort, but spend the extra effort to go and just get it for free because they don't get burned having spent that money. So I'm not justifying it at all. I just think it's one of those things where it's like you've got to accept that this is how it is nowadays. So don't worry about the people pirating it. Try to convert the people who aren't pirating it to paying customers as best you can.
Now, yeah, and Morphus also brings up a good point. I have seen on torrent sites games that are free to own, free to play, but they're still on torrent. Does that make them illegal? The game is free to own from if you go to say Foil's site and you sign up to Foil's site and you can download the game called This Is Foil for free. You can play it for free. Or you can go to torrent and you can download that same game without having to sign up for Foil's site. Are you stealing that game?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I don't know.
The Foil game's not.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I guess maybe free to play or has become a response to piracy too. Free to play stuff, and to a much lesser extent, streamed games like the on live service, which is kind of going nowhere. But those are two ways that people have sort of successfully combated piracy. But I don't know. But then again, people don't want to necessarily be nickel and dimed. I guess it really depends upon your free to play structure, because some games do very well with that and seem reasonable, and others just seem like you hit a paywall and you can't progress in the game at all unless you start to nickel and dime every transaction. So I think they're legitimately nice free to play games, and that's one way to get around piracy. But not everything should be free to play either. Not everything supports that.
Not everything should be free to play. But in today's market, when you look at a game like Call of Duty comes out, $70, and then over the course of the next 12 months, there's going to be 5 DLC packs released at $16 each. What justifies that, other than someone is trying to be fiscally productive?
Yeah.
And by that someone, I mean the corporation that's releasing it. They are essentially overcharging for half a product, because 3-4 years ago there wasn't DLC, and if it was free.
Yeah.
Now it's a pay-for model, so you pay full price for half the game, and then they've got DLC, 5 packs of DLC that essentially allow them to charge for the game once again to give you the rest of the game.
Yeah. And the correct response is to not purchase it, and perhaps tell your friends not to purchase it. It is not to steal it.
Agreed. Now, I think a Call of Duty or a Call of Duty clone would benefit from, here's the entire game, single player game and multiplayer for free, and every whatever months we'll sell you some sort of, well, actually that's not, no, never mind, because that's fragmenting the multiplayer base is horrible too, so never mind. I don't know. But there's a solution in there somewhere. I can't think of it right now. I know there is. Instead of charging people for, like Strider said, half a game and then just really raping them on all the DLC.
See, I wouldn't mind it as much if they came out and said, all right, here's the game. It's only half finished. We're admitting that. It's half finished. The single player is done, but the multiplayer content, we've only got half of it done, or 2/3 of it done. The rest of it will release over the course of the next year.
I hope.
Here's the price for what we've got done so far, $40. It's going to cost you $20 for the rest of it, making the total cost of ownership $60. Don't give me a game for $70 that's half finished, and then charge me another $70, because the cost of ownership of that game is now $140, and that's crap. That's 100% crap. No fucking game is worth $140. I'm sorry, it isn't.
With it.
Yeah, fucking. Especially Call of Duty, because nothing is changing. It's just a different flash in the pan every year. They spend more and more annually on promoting this next biggest title. Every fucking year they spend more and more promoting it and less making it.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, this would be a great opportunity to tell you all. There's something I've thought about this for a long time, and here's what I'm going to do. In 2015, I will, with the exception of I think I got a list of about 4 or 5 games. I will not pay for anything. I will only play free-to-play games exclusively.
That just makes you a
Why
fucking
would you do
cheap
that
ass.
to yourself?
That makes you a tight ass like Greasy. Really, that.
Because I've been so disappointed with what's been released lately that I think I can just get away with only playing free-to-play games and still have a good time. Again, there are going to be some exceptions. I've got a little list of a few games where it's like there's no way I can not get that.
I challenge people in 2015 to look through your Steam libraries, because everybody has to be the same as me. This is just the way it works. This is the way Steam works. Go through your list and find a game that you've purchased and not played ever or installed ever. It came in a bundle. Install it and play it.
That's
one game a month. So that's 12 games. I would be willing to put money on it that everybody has at least 12 games in their Steam library that they have bought, paid for, and never installed or played because they came bundled with something else.
Probably hundreds for me. And that's the other part of it, though, is that in addition to not buying just like everything that's on sale, that I find myself doing is I'm going to go through and play through my catalog of hundreds of games that I've yet to play or complete or play for 5 minutes and uninstall it or something. That's what 2015 is going to attempt to be for me. I can't say I'm going to stick to it, but I'm going to try my best to. Free to play, backlog, and then I think I got a few games like the next Doom game, and I think the next Batman game. So, and a few others. We'll see how it works out. We'll see. See if I
Same type of thing. Foil. Oh,
the year.
Well, know that there's some sort of new court ruling out there that says it is not illegal to tell people how to remove DRM. You can tell them how to remove it. That's allowed, apparently. This was this was something that came across when it came to ebooks that were purchased. As long as it's not for piracy.
So, could I be like, this is how you break into the store? Not that I'm telling you to do it, but here's the security system. Here's how you disable it. And
right, not the store, just the product that you've already purchased.
Yeah. Okay.
I shouldn't say purchased, that you've obtained legally.
That they've given you a license to have or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that's fine. There are things. My Blu-ray collection. Not that there's a lot of them, but my Blu-ray collection. Well, I rip all those. Every single one of them. I found a guide and I rip everything. Not because that's just what I haven't ripped it and uploaded it anywhere. I've just ripped it and I watched the digital files because it's just a lot more convenient. And I can, they're on a network drive, and I can just sort of access everything everywhere. Don't have to worry about the disc or anything like that. And then I can flip on commentary and any other features and all that stuff. So it's basically the equivalent of the disc without having the disc, and it's just super convenient. And I feel like I shouldn't purchase something and then be restricted about how I can use it in terms of maximizing the convenience of how I access it. So, like, I guess if I buy an audiobook, I don't want to be locked into only listening to it on an iPod. I'd rather be able to listen to it outside of iTunes or whatever. Just stuff like that. I agree with it.
Okay. All right. we're nearing an hour, so let's do our speed round for some other topics here. We have some stuff. Where's my correct image for this next one? Right here, PhysX FleX. PhysX wants you to know that there's some more going on with their engine, so that you can get that bowl of cereal looking good in your game. I mean, that's really what they're showing off, is how
you can actually see the snap, crackle, and pop.
100,000 particles.
It's good to see that it doesn't work. It still means that you have to have a high-end video card and PC to process this stuff if you want to see this within game. Because this is just an effect that's being produced. It's not necessarily the rest of the game going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Flex could be used.
This is good for animators and things like that.
Yeah.
PhysX FleX library. So far, we showed examples for rigid body stacking.
I'll flex my muscles.
It is. I mean, it is pretty cool. I gotta say, it is pretty cool.
It is. All right. Steam has an auction here. They have their holiday auction that was up, and it was temporarily, at least for a couple of days, I think, maybe even, was put on hold to find some sort of exploit. There was an exploit to pilfer online currency. There was some sort of online currency that went around that allowed you to purchase hats and stuff like that, and there was a way for you to, with gems, right? And there was a way for you to Steam coins, and there was a way for you to pilfer Steam coins somehow and end up with way more than you should.
Yeah, there were gems. I'm sorry, I was making a joke. They were gems.
Okay. See, now you're just.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
So they were gems. So gems. Valve never really said what was going on, but they said that they were going to be changing things, and they already did. They said the auction will be back starting tomorrow, so it hasn't actually been put back online. It says December 15th.
So Morphus is saying, like, auction, what's going on? And for people who don't know, I only found out about this last night. Steam, the guys running that decided to do, for whatever reason, an auction, which is kind of weird. I expected a holiday sale to start, but I guess this is before the holiday sale. It's an auction, and the way it works is everything that's in your inventory, all those Steam cards and emoticons and backgrounds and all that stuff, you can recycle them and get gems, and then the gems are used to bid on some games that are on auction, and then I think every 45 minutes, whatever game is being auctioned off, the highest bidder wins. I don't know where the money is going, or where it's
going into Steam. Well, essentially, what they're doing is it's the same as the community marketplace. Like you said, you got all your cards that you get for playing the game and all that, and you put them up on the auction, and you get your 10 or 12 cents or whatever the fuck you're getting. This is a way, like Ham said, you can drop those into this recycle thing. So if you do have things up on the Steam marketplace, cards and such, you'll notice that a lot of people are scooping up the cheapest things in bulk right now, and it's because they're going to be recycling those back into this to get free games. That's, I guess, realistically all it is.
Technically they're free, but I kind of wonder how much stuff is recycled, what the market value of all that stuff is. I get this weird feeling that people are overpaying for games, but it's the equivalent of overpaying. But I could be wrong. I don't know for sure. But it just seems
may be
odd.
a way. Yeah, but it may be a way for me to get some of this shit out of my inventory that I can't do anything with.
That's true.
Like some of these games that were gifted to me by the publisher. You know, we see you've bought one of these games before. Yeah, and we're going to apologize for the shit game that we made, so we're going to give you 4 more copies of it. And I have 4 copies of a game in my that I can't do anything with other than give away. So, yeah, hello, I'll recycle those and see what happens. Maybe I'll get enough out of those 4 game titles to get me a game.
All right. Also, we have Microsoft on the other end. They're not accepting gems, they're accepting bitcoins now.
Yeah.
Bitcoins.
At Xbox and Windows Online.
Yeah. It's weird. I mean, I like the concept of Bitcoin. I didn't think it was going to go anywhere.
I couldn't make them fast enough, so I don't like them now.
Hey, that's
Well, now it takes like forever to get a portion of a Bitcoin.
It costs me too much. It costs me more to make it than it does.
That's why I stopped. It was the electricity bill increased. Like,
right.
Whoa, all right, that's got to stop. I think I've still got probably about $100 worth of Bitcoins.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But that is not even one single Bitcoin though. It's like 0.22 or something the last time I checked.
Right.
But it's translates to about $100 or so bucks USD. I've had that for I wish they could make interest, but I think it's kind of cool that Microsoft decided to accept Bitcoins. I mean, Microsoft is doing it. Newegg is doing it.
I don't like the legitimizing of this odd currency.
No?
Yeah, it's a fictional currency. I completely agree. You're legitimizing a fictional currency.
Yeah.
It makes payment convenient.
I think we should just trade bottle caps.
Let's go back to like clams and clamshells and black stones.
I'll do that. I live near the ocean.
I'm rich.
All right. What else we have? EA and gamigo have some sort of deal. Gamigo is some sort of, I don't know what the heck gamigo is, but now they're able to sell some of the EA's games that you would normally have to go to Origin for. So I don't know what kind of special treatment they're getting.
It's because EA is like, yeah, dude, Origin is sucking ass.
Yeah.
And they can't go to Steam because that would just be giving in to the enemy.
Right. We don't want to capitulate to Steam.
Yeah, because they've really they've pushed to try and get away from Steam and said, no, we don't need Steam. We can stand on our own. Two crippled feet. Fucking EA.
Tiny Tim.
I'm not saying Steam is the be-all and end-all, but EA has it wrong. EA decided that they were going to be the be-all and end-all, and they held games hostage.
Steam did it for the player. EA did it for the bank.
Yep.
Right.
And it's obvious. That's the problem.
Yeah. And I dislike hearing statements like, well, if we put our games on sale too often, we're going to devalue our game, our franchises and things like that. So as a result, since we don't want to devalue the franchise, we're going to go ahead and just sell it to you full price forever. Stuff like that, it doesn't sit well with me.
Okay, what else we have? I didn't want to get into this one too much. Destiny is having some interesting, I don't know. Destiny obviously is a game out there that you can play multiplayer, and they've been having a few issues, growing pains. Is this one of the ones that had the 20 gig download on day one or something like that? It might have been. I don't know. I know they had quite a few patches, and then people were talking about some sort of exotic system, which is a way for you to, I think, craft weapons and whatnot. And it needed a little fix because it wasn't as good as it could. So what they did was they completely destroyed the existing system and put something in place that makes it even harder to work. And people were like, what is going on? Why did you make it much worse? Why did you make it so that all the weapons that I've previously created, I can now go trade in for what could potentially be a better weapon, but start all over from the very beginning again?
And that was sort of the same thing that caused me to stop playing Guild Wars 2. Was they decided to create a new tier of armor, a new tier of weapons, and at the same time they said, all right, all this package that you've worked towards and created and essentially built up towards, that you've equipped your character with, that particular armor and that particular weaponry is actually no longer valid. We're wiping the stats away from that, and you're just going to have to, suck it up. Well, I'm sorry. To me, you have taken a portion of the gameplay and modified it to the point of, this isn't the game I was playing. No, I'm done. And that's essentially what happened. That was the last time I played it.
I think in this case, they take that armor example and they say, well, we're not going to use it anymore, but you can trade it in for what could potentially be better, you just have to start from day one. And then let's make it a little bit worse. You can only trade it in when the trader is accepting it, and the trader is only open on Friday through Sunday. And I am not kidding you. That is a real situation that's going on right now.
We can what?
Yes, you have to go to the specific trader who's only open on Friday through Sunday, and you can only trade on only when the trader is accepting it. So you have to go there every Friday, and hopefully he's trading that weekend for you.
What kind of madness is this?
Well, that's Microsoft.
It's ridiculous.
Because if Destiny is the one that's Microsoft exclusive, is it not?
Nah, it's on PS4.
I don't know. Okay.
It's I got a friend at work who just raves about Destiny, how great it is, and how PC gaming is dead and dying.
Oh, it's the Bungie game.
Yeah.
Yes, the Bungie game.
Yes. Yeah, my boys are all about this game. But apparently it's shite.
Requires grinding upon grinding now.
Yeah. You have to grind in order to obtain the right to grind.
Breezy will like that.
Breezy's already playing it, I'm pretty sure.
Probably. Okay, yeah. And last but not least, we have Papers, Please, that odd game that actually had a success on Steam is now making its way over to iPad.
I just don't get it.
No.
There are people at work who were like, "Oh, you got to pay Papers, Please. You got to play it," and I never did. Maybe I bought it in a bundle. I don't know. I have to double check and see. How would you describe this? I don't even know. It's a paperwork simulator.
That's what it is. Yes.
Yeah, it'd be like a work simulator.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A person walks up to the window. You have to determine whether or not their passport is legit and whether or not they should be allowed in to the country. That's the game.
Yeah.
And Miss Trailer is it, yeah.
And I guess some of the challenge comes in that you're given all these sort of rules to say a person from country X is not allowed, or person from country X is allowed only if they meet this criteria. And so I think you're giving these increasingly complex rule systems, and you need to figure out whether or not to admit a person or not admit a person.
Yeah.
That's what I gather. Since I've never played it, I'm not quite sure. And they tie in some story with it to, I don't know, help to attempt to guilt trip you.
I'm watching it. I'm waiting for somebody who actually gets allowed in. So far, everyone's being denied. Oh, you do body scans too. Oh, she has a gun taped to her back.
This is a country of one. Only I'm allowed to be here.
Welcome to my island.
Summer 1983? Okay. Wait, what? Is this by any chance a game that actually was developed in 83 and they just redeveloped it?
Nah.
Could be.
I mean, it has that kind of graphics quality.
It does.
I'm looking for that immigrating summer of 1983 PC and Mac. Huh. Okay.
It's interesting. In new, I'll give you that.
Interesting. Okay.
It's
the game was released on August 8th, 2013.
Huh. Oh.
At some point, if I don't already own it, I'll give it a try. See what all the hype is about. Because sometimes these games that come out and they're different, but not necessarily good.
No.
But they get a lot of hype just because they're different.
Yep.
Like Minecraft.
Yeah.
Or Trove. Sick of that email. Okay. Anything else you guys want to bring up? 9.
No, I think winter sale on Steam starts soon. Not quite sure. It might be this week.
Okay.
Guess we'll find out next week.
10 shopping days till Christmas. Actually, I think 9 shopping days till Christmas. Unless you're fucking absolutely insane and going to buy something at 7-Eleven. Then there's 10 shopping days.
10 shopping days.
Gulp is for all.
Yeah.
What's that? That's a churro.
Big gulps. Okay.
This is a pack
That's a
of
special
cigarettes.
edition Big Gulp. I'll have you know.
Yeah. Pack of Marlboros and a big gulp. Here you go.
Merry Christmas.
Big spender. Okay.
Oh, I have to do that for somebody at work.
Okay. You don't work at home, right? So this is not for you. Okay. All right, then I'm going to wrap things up. I'm going to thank our host for taking the time out to chat. Ham, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Strider, thank you very much for joining us.
It's always an adventure, my friends.
And we will be back next week, so some more things to talk about, I think. I think that's the way it works. It's getting close to Christmas. Things going to be up in the air as far as who can make it and who can't. Obviously, Breezy and Welshie, we haven't seen again. I don't know. So, all right. Anyway, so back next week. Check out our website if you want to check out some more stuff of what's going on, or all the past episodes and whatnot. But in the meantime, go check your Steam library and play a game you haven't played before. All right.
Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners.
Okay, here's a quick video of, well, I don't know, it's something. How not to move a pallet. I really shouldn't. Hold on.
I actually laughed. I watched this so many times.
Oh my. Walk it off.
And like absolutely stupid, tries to stop it. Bam, face plant.
I can't say he didn't put his body into it.
It seems so comical, it's unreal.
Like I would have just let go. Sorry, you're gone. Yeah.
What was it a pallet
I'm
of?
gonna take this for a fucking ride.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the edge of a truck, right?
Yeah. It's a loading dock or whatever.
So it's not like he didn't know it was there, the edge. Because there's going to be an edge. Being on a truck and all.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, it's probably first thing in the morning, too. It's a good way to wake
Yeah,
up.
probably so.
All right, everyone. Enjoy the week. Get some shopping done. And then
watch out the edge of the truck.
Yeah.
Right,
that's
bye.
ragdoll physics at work there. That's how it was.
No, it's not physics, no. Right, bye.
Later, guys.